Welcome back to Gresham Community. Welcome back to this week's edition of the Baileyton Drug Company TMB BNT. Whatever you want to refer to that show, presented by Starnes Barber Shop, live here from Starnes Barber Shop.
Live
fellas.
on location.
We got to do it on location.
Hey, boys. Robert Starnes.
Go. One more for those Huskies.
Yeah. Good week.
Been a long time since we've talked about a loss. We'll jump right into it here in a minute. But first off, Robert, thank you once again for letting us in.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Tyler.
Absolutely. As always, though, we cover everything on the court with the North Greene Huskies and Lady Huskies teams. As always, joined here with Huskies head coach Sam Tarlton, Ladies head coach James Buchanan, and E-Dawg himself. E-Dawg, how you been doing?
E-Dawg.
Pretty good.
Back to classes?
Tomorrow I will.
Tomorrow?
Yeah.
Hey, everything's going to be better tomorrow.
Yep.
Everything's better today.
I'm with you.
Everything's better.
I'm with you.
E-Dawg, what classes you got this
greater.
semester?
I got some.
TikTok's back.
TikTok's back.
I even got a message thanking President Trump for it yesterday.
America's back.
I got like maybe one major class. Well, actually two of them. One minor, and then like CSCI the rest of the
He's
way.
on the downhill slide.
What's your minor?
Coaching.
Dude, we had the same exact major and minor in college. Media and
I told you he's
communications.
coming after your job.
I know.
E-Dawg's going to get his ears lowered, and so is Tyler. I'm anxious to get into this.
It's about that
Weird
time.
question. You had O'Neill as a
Yeah, I'm gonna
Professor?
have O'Neill.
Shaquille.
okay, what class?
Athletic coach at Premium.
Okay, I had that also.
You have?
Yeah. Is that where you have to do hours?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, that's easy. You get hours with them right there.
Same person.
Yeah, looky there.
Sounds like.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Shaquille O'Neal, professor.
Best professor at ETSU.
Really?
He is good professor. I will say that. I like Tim and Van Huss the most.
Did
Yeah.
you like it? Million karaoke?
Not, I couldn't keep up.
Me either.
Had a hard time. I don't know if he's still. I saw him at the Johnson City Mall not long ago.
Did you?
I guarantee. He's a prophet too. Besides a professor, he's a prophet. Because I was getting my master's, I was halfway done, and it was to the point where you're supposed to start. What is that last thing you do?
Like observations and stuff?
No, you have to write some big. Is it called a thesis,
Yeah.
dissertation, something like that? I had gotten almost to that point, and they hired me at North Greene.
You were on the home.
And I told him, I said, I've got to take this basketball team I'm going to have to coach. We've got to go to some summer camps. I can't be taking these summer classes. We got to practice. He said, don't you dare quit right now. And he got like mad at me. I said, what do you mean? I've got a job. I just got hired. I'd like to try to do as good as I possibly do. He said, if you quit now, you'll never come back. Dude's a prophet.
He's right on.
Never went back.
Called it. I didn't want to, but I did. It's
Hard,
hard.
smarter than I am.
It is hard after you.
And he's richer now, too, because he got all that extra money from having a master's.
That ain't true, but if you set out 4 or 5,
You're done for not doing. I
Yeah.
guarantee. How long have you worked? 8 years?
Mm-hmm.
Well, no, 9, right?
9, yeah, it's my 9th.
It's my 24th. I bet he makes almost as much as I do, just because he's got
It makes a difference.
more
It does.
education.
Oh yeah.
It does.
Yeah, I'm an idiot. And my wife, she got her master's or EDS, and
So she's got everything.
she's almost got it all.
She's on it.
She's got it all.
She's got it
She's
covered.
got it all.
She's got it all. boys.
He's got it all. Susie will get you out of some
Hey,
mess.
Susie's a firefighter.
Yep,
She
that's
got
what I
it.
call
Yeah,
it.
yins don't even know. So it's Martin Luther King Day. Let's hear it from Martin Luther King Jr., civil rights activist. We also just inaugurated a brand new 47th president, Donald Trump.
Brand new.
So, Tyler, what do you want to talk about?
Well, we usually talk about basketball, but we usually talk about other sports throughout the NFL
man.
playoffs.
I was so
Oh,
mad at Mark
gosh.
Andrews last night.
We did our. I didn't hear his. Of course, we put our picks in there. He kept his secret.
Okay, I can reveal this.
I looked at yours after the games last night.
Not good.
It's Sam's out. Both of Sam's Super Bowl teams are out.
I think last week I said, you heard it here first, Houston's going to upset Kansas City. I actually changed before the game.
Oh, okay.
I went ahead and picked Kansas City, but I did have Baltimore beating Buffalo, then beating Kansas City, then winning the Super Bowl, so I'm trashed.
So both of y'all had the
I
Ravens.
think I had
in there.
Detroit in there too, so I'm just going to
Who'd
throw
you
mine
have?
away.
I had the Bills and the Eagles. I got 3
You
or 4
probably
right
did.
this
You're
week. The
saying
only one
that.
I got wrong, did anybody pick Washington?
No.
I didn't
Nobody.
think so. So I got 3 or 4 right this week.
What about that?
So we should be about tied,
I
but
almost
I need the
texted
Eagles
boys.
and the Bills to win this week because if they don't, then we got to look at scoring because if I don't get any right the rest of the way, you had, I think, 2 right more than I did in the first round. So we'd have to look at that.
Okay.
I almost texted both of you because I heard an interview from both quarterbacks during the week in the Buffalo-Baltimore game. And after I heard those interviews, I said, I got to change. But I stuck with it.
What about it made you change?
Seemed like there was a little more confidence with Josh Allen, a little more business-like approach. And then, but Lamar was just being Lamar. You know, he was kind of cutting up.
The better team was the Ravens. I mean, 3 turnovers killed them. I mean,
Yeah.
they did whatever they wanted to do.
And I feel bad for him because, I mean, he put that 2-point conversion pass right on the money.
Well, Andrews had, I mean, they were going down the score there earlier, and he fumbled.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, I feel bad for him.
Yeah,
There was one pass earlier in the game, too. He dropped it.
And they said
wide
he's
open.
like the most
Mr.
sure-handed,
Automatic, yeah.
most sure-handed guy.
Well, I don't
ever.
think anybody's sure-handed when it's 30 degrees. And,
Weather's
but,
a
you know,
difference maker.
yeah, maybe that'll make for a good redemption story someday for that guy.
Good. I feel like the Ravens need to get there at some point.
Yeah.
Lamar's too good. I feel like you need to get him to the Super Bowl. I don't want him to be like another Dan Marino.
But
I need
now,
Marino go to one.
now that my picks are trashed,
Who you cheering for?
I can go full-blown, all-in Bills.
Yeah, I'm about tired of
I
the
feel bad for those
I think
people.
everybody is, man.
They lost 4 in a row back when we were kids, back when I was a kid. And, you know, they've been flirting here with being really good for several years, and I just feel bad for their fan base. They've had, like, did they do a 30 for 30, or was it just a,
Can't remember the name of it, but they have
yeah,
one.
for Buffalo's fans, just tortured for all those years. So maybe they'll break through and win it.
They had like 5 Hall of Famers on those teams, too.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Nothing to show for it.
I like watching Allen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like
He's
watching.
definitely one of the best ones.
Is he MVP this year?
No.
They put them numbers
Lamar-
up the other
Lamar's
day, and I thought,
numbers
no
are way
way.
better.
Yeah,
Think-
his numbers are way better.
I think it is Allen, because if you look at last year, Lamar
Really?
won it and didn't have the numbers.
Hmm.
Because if you looked at the MVP race last year, Lamar wasn't, I don't think, top 5 in touchdowns or yards, but they gave it to him because it was kind of like Allen this year. He had the moments and he had the team. And this year you have Allen who didn't have the stats, but he had the moments and the team. Like, if you look at it, Allen might have had the best singular moment out of the year because the Chiefs only lost once fully healthy all year.
Yeah.
And he had a 4th and 2 from like the 26-yard line. And instead of just getting it and wasting the clock, he went ahead and stomped on their throat for the touchdown. That's a big moment. When you talk about MVPs nowadays, you got to look at moments.
He may get it.
He's amazing. He really is.
He is.
The more
Man.
down the stretch you got to, the easier it is for
Yeah.
them to put you in there.
And they switched it where, like, last several years, he threw it. They're running the ball over 3% of the time now. And using him to run a lot more.
Another big win, too, is when they beat Detroit this year. Didn't just beat Detroit. They beat them like a drum. It was kind of like the Ravens yesterday. They did whatever they wanted, except Buffalo took care of the ball and actually got the win.
That NFC North was supposed to be real good, and I was kind of feeling okay about the Bears being terrible because they were in such a tough division. They all 3 lost on the same weekend. Oh well. Speaking of awards,
Go for it.
what about some more award talk? What in the world are they doing with the NBA All-Star game?
I saw that
these
they were
guys?
changing it, but no,
Are
they're
they?
doing like
It's a tournament, I thought.
they're doing
you go to
a
40.
yeah, they're doing a pod of 4 teams.
4 teams, but
And
one
you
of them is
play-
the winner of the
I hadn't seen that.
rookie versus sophomore game.
Yeah.
The winner of that game is one of the 4 teams.
So you have what 3 teams of the actual All Stars. How many All Stars get named? 24.
Probably.
So are you going to do 8, 8, 8, and then 8 freshmen,
Yeah.
8 rookies,
Yep.
8
I
sophomores?
think that's how they're doing it.
Whoever wins the rookie and
I
the
don't know how they're going to
sophomores then
decide
goes.
who's on what team. Those fan returns have come back, the first 2.
I
But
seen
it's crazy.
So now, if you're a rookie or a sophomore that gets to play in that tournament, do you get to include that as an All Star in your resume now?
I don't know about that.
Because if so, then you've got 32 to 40 All Stars that you could potentially name. So
yeah,
I don't know how they're doing it. They're trying to get ratings back up, but I
You know
just
what
don't
I
like
bet?
the way they're doing
I bet
things.
them rookies and sophomores will play pretty hard against them old guys, and it'll make them play hard.
Maybe so.
If that's what
Maybe.
they're going for, then they may succeed in that.
What year was it, Coach? I seen a clip. It was of an All-Star games like Iverson, Marbury, Kobe, and they're just at the end there. And they're playing hard as can be and going back and forth. And Kobe pretty much just like takes it over.
Yeah.
What year is that? I don't
Oh,
know.
he won like 3 or 4
But
MVPs of All-Star games.
Those are fun. When the best players are playing hard.
Stephen
They
Marbury.
just can't make them
Oh,
play
he was
hard
cold.
now.
He was cold.
He was good.
They can't make them play hard now. And they joke about how you can't make us do this.
Yeah,
It's like a burden to them now. I don't get it.
it's odd.
I'm determined to keep it short today, guys. We punishing people every week. And I scheduled my practice so that I would have to shut my mouth in the show.
He didn't like our 2 weeks ago when we went like an hour and a half almost.
He didn't?
Hour and 18 minutes. That's too much for these boys.
I did have somebody, I don't remember what game it was that week that you all played that I covered, but I had somebody come up to me and said, y'all talk for too long. And I was like, I'm sorry.
All right.
So apparently people don't like it when we go past an hour. We need to cut it at about 45, which is good for the day.
yeah.
That's what we did last week. I think we did good. I think
Yeah, it was like 1.3.
1.3 is what it was last time I checked.
1.3 what?
1,000. That's about the average
I
you
still
get.
can't believe that many people listen to this.
If I go back, I think now we've done, what is this, year 4?
Yep.
We're halfway done with it. I'd say we've done about 60 of these. If I go back and add the views, you're over 100,000.
That was probably the same old people.
There's got more.
You can do-
Plowland? Plowland? We got a fan from Plowland.
Yeah.
We're going to bring him on.
All right, did he come up to y'all at the game?
He's into wrestling.
Oh, so he
He wants more wrestling talk.
All right, well,
So I don't know, like right now it's kind of dead until the Rumble. I will say this, maybe the greatest collection of superstars that are
ever
actually
in the Rumble.
entering the Rumble.
Yeah.
Because usually at the Rumble you've got them, maybe both titles are up,
Yep.
which takes those guys out of the Rumble.
And then you got 2 challengers,
Yep.
takes them out.
So, but this year, man, who is Cena,
Punk.
Reigns, Punk,
Rollins, McIntyre,
yeah.
Uso.
I don't even know
I've
these
heard-
Who's your pick on that one?
Oh, I think Cena.
No,
I think they're going to go Cena.
no. Here's what's going to happen. Because he is the final boss, The Rock will be number 31. There'll be 31 in it this year, and he'll come in last and beat whoever's left standing, him and Rhodes. And he'll get to talk about Mama Rhodes a little bit more. And then he'll probably Cena will have it won, and then The Rock will ruin it. But they'll circle back on Cena, but I don't believe it'll be at the Elimination Chamber either. I think he's going to be all depressed, go into WrestleMania. He'll do one of those like dream matches against somebody at WrestleMania, but then I think where he'll win the title one last time. I think he'll win that Money in the Bank.
That's what I was about to say. What if he wins them all and just can't win the championship? Wins the Royal
that'd be
Rumble,
bad.
loses at WrestleMania, wins the Money in the Bank, loses that.
Yeah, that'd be bad.
What if he wins King of the Ring too and he loses that?
They did make that a thing, didn't
Yeah.
they? King of the Ring now gets the challenge.
They can't do that to Cena though.
No, he'll win.
They literally
He'll
ruin
win
it.
something.
Yeah. We didn't talk about the Raw on Netflix.
We didn't talk about it much. We talked about it some because I was so impressed with Rollins jobbing to Punk.
Did we talk about it? I don't know if we did. Because I don't think I've heard you
I talked
talk
about
about
it
it.
to somebody because Rollins became one of my favorites after that episode.
Oh, yeah.
Just for the sheer fact that when Cody Rhodes leaves and goes to AEW, or starts AEW, whatever he did, when he comes back, he didn't just lose to him once, 3 times. So, I mean, it's just the ultimate professional.
Oh, yeah.
And then here comes CM Punk, and I think that's a great storyline.
Oh, yeah.
They're going to have to make it up to him at some point. Maybe they let him win a Rumble. But gee whiz, I mean, here you lose to
I really figured he'd do
a guy that almost tried to. I mean, he tried to destroy the industry, and all he's done when he got back is beat McIntyre, and now he's beat Rollins. I ain't real big on all that.
It makes you earn a certain level of respect for Rollins.
Yeah,
Because he's able to do the job for all these guys
Yep.
that went to the competition, came back, and they pushed them harder than they pushed the guy that's been here
Yeah.
for 10 years laying down and
right.
doing all the hard
That's
work.
what I'm saying.
It makes, yeah,
Newfound respect for Rollins,
I agree.
but I don't know what they're going to do with Reigns.
Reigns is the odd one because
Right now, I believe it's going to be maybe some Jacob Fatu,
I feel like they go Rock and Roman this year. I think they do.
maybe.
I think they do. Because the one thing that I didn't like about the Raw on Netflix,
Can you see this? Reigns wins the Rumble, and then The Rock comes in and gets rid of Reigns. Well, then you can't do that.
they
'cause-
can't do that, yeah,
Yeah.
because then you got a challenge.
Yeah. I don't know. They can go a lot of different directions. We've lost
They
Sam.
shock us nowadays. Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't
Sam's
know.
out. We've lost.
I just know that if y'all want to keep it under an hour, you better not start talking wrestling.
We gotta give the people what they want.
You're right.
We had a fan that specifically asked for more wrestling, so there you go.
What I didn't like is whenever The Rock came out at the beginning of the show, and Cody was in the crowd,
Yeah.
and he thanked him, and then backstage, I know you don't have social media, but they post a lot of stuff from backstage, and they showed after the Rock segment, The Rock and Cody were backstage
Hugging.
laughing and cutting
Yeah.
up, hugging, drinking champagne, and I was like,
Did you not
so
remember
what?
he split his head open about a year ago?
Exactly, had one of the best promos we've ever seen,
Yeah.
making him bleed on the Mama Rhodes belt.
Mama
and everything.
Rhodes.
Yeah, they kind of threw that away, but the way they do it nowadays, he could just be buttering him up just to do it
Oh
again.
yeah, he'll stab him in the back.
I wonder who they get with Cody at WrestleMania. Because you wonder, does he lose it at Mania
I
or
like
does
this
he keep it
Kevin
going?
Owens feud right now.
I do too.
That's been good.
E-Dawg, you watch it?
Where you watch this at? Where you even watch this at?
Well, it just premiered on Netflix 2 weeks ago. Raw did, so you can watch it on Netflix every Monday night.
I'm gonna tell you a good one on Netflix that I like. New American Prime Evil or Prime.
I just finished it last
That's
night.
good, ain't it?
Is it a movie or a show?
Show's good.
How many
One
episodes?
season of that
Yeah, it's
one?
like 6, 7.
Six. I just watched,
Not
finished
bad.
it last night.
It's like
It's kind of gory though. It's
Yeah,
kind
it
of
is.
gory though.
It's good.
But it's a story of Western
Okay.
Mormons setting up in Salt Lake City.
What's the name of it?
American Primeval.
Yeah.
It's,
All right.
it's all right.
All right. I got one I can recommend. I thought of you when I watched it. It was one of those days we were out for snow. And I'm just literally in the bed with nothing to do.
Best days ever.
Yeah, so I watched a movie. You've probably seen it. It's got Adam Sandler in it. Hustle.
Yep.
You seen it?
Yep.
Pretty good.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
It is. What about? I got another one. This one's kind of. It is kind of bad as far as cussing. So 1923, Robert, you watch it?
Has that got
It's all right.
Han
I
Solo
like
in
it.
it? Harrison Ford?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's good.
I've heard of it. I haven't seen it yet.
Real good. They got a second season coming out.
Isn't it a
I don't know
spin-off
which-
of Yellowstone?
I don't know which one of them I kind of like the best.
I'm a 1923 one. I think.
Somebody told me there's a little nudity on that Yellowstone. I can't do that.
A lot of people are really getting into that Landman show with Billy
I
Bob
haven't started
Thornton.
that one yet.
I haven't started it. My
Yeah.
parents watch it sometimes.
That-
I'll
that
walk
one-
through and see
that
it. It
one's
looks,
ba-
it
that
looks real
one-
good.
It was kind of bad, but it
Oh,
is
I-
good.
Yeah.
Show.
I've been
Yeah,
seeing
you
his-
wouldn't be able to watch it. It's
Okay.
I've been
It's-
seeing his online stuff, and I don't know. It's just totally different when you see his
Yeah.
Billy Bob Thornton nowadays.
yeah, it's
It's definitely not the
Speaking of Billy Bob,
BBC.
how many Sling Blades do we have in here? Anybody seen Sling
That's
Blade?
it's a good movie.
Sing that, E-Dawg?
Oh, that's a good one.
Biscuits.
We do that slaying blade, boy.
I aim to kill you with it.
My favorite scene is when they're checking out that push mower. And they can't figure out what's wrong with it. And he's like, ain't got no gas in
Got
it.
no gas.
It's a simple
That's
fix.
exactly what he said. Ain't
It's
got
a
no
simple
gas.
fix. Fellas, we better talk about basketball. We're getting crunched on time. It's been a few weeks since we talked about a loss. We get 2 wins again this week.
You trying to jinx us?
No, I'm not trying to jinx you. I am bad for that. So, who you got this week, though?
Cosby War Eagles.
And then Unaka?
Unaka Rangers.
All right, so we'll set it at that. If you lose to either of those two, you can blame it on me. I'll take the loss on that one. But you had Cloudland Tuesday night. You had West Greene Saturday night. Picked up 2 sweeps again. So whoever wants to go first, as always, take me through the week for you all.
You go.
Great minds think alike.
Yep.
Which one we play first?
Cloudland.
Cloudland.
We were off. Okay, here was my biggest fear. I didn't say nothing to the kids because I didn't want them thinking about it. We played on Thursday the week before against University on the road. So our Saturday game with West Greene gets canceled. Then our Tuesday game with Hancock gets canceled. So we're going like 8 days in between games. And it's probably, it's a big game because you want to defend your home floor. You're not going to probably win the league if you drop one at home, more than likely. I mean, you could go on the road. And
You could, but when you
get
look
the
at it
payback.
too, you're taking 8 days off. I didn't remember that it was on
Yeah.
Thursday
It's gonna be hard to
against,
do that without a point flip, I think.
Yeah.
against the defending champions too. So
Right.
that's hard.
So, I was a little worried about the time off. I will give a lot of credit to some of our younger boys. Some of those JV boys stayed after a day and helped us to prepare, and it was much more like an actual opponent than when you're just going against your younger kids, especially when your younger kids, sit there and listen to you say everything that you want to do, so they know what you call a play. They know what the objective of the play is, and it's good when you can run stuff against people that don't know you great.
Yeah.
They're a little more athletic, a little more physical than you are. So I'm gonna give a lot of credit to our Friday night win, to our younger boys. It really prepared us and helped us, and we tried to thank them. We started off a much different game than what we normally get with Cloudland. I think both teams were up in the middle to high teens.
I these old boys forgot how to coach defense.
Yeah, we don't even know how, we forgot.
He got the 31st, right?
Yep.
There we go.
First 30 wins.
But
I thought they were going to get to 50 there for a minute.
we
Got
exploded
close,
there.
yeah. No, they did. Did
they get
it? 51-47.
Okay.
Yeah.
Or was it 50-47?
51-47.
Yeah,
he did get the
Final.
final.
But here's the depressing part about that. At one point, it was 43-27. We were
Yeah.
up by 16, and they started putting a little pressure on us, and some ill-advised shots and some turnovers. And then I think their team got to the point where they were like, we're really good at this patient offense and this whole, attack, kick until you get exactly what you want. But when that takes too much time, they just got in attack mode, and I think we were settled in ready for their long possessions, and their possessions wasn't long no more. They were in attack mode, and I think that caught us off guard, and then the momentum swung. And that sometimes that's like a tidal wave. You
it's
can
a
see
hard
it coming,
thing
you
to
can't
coach.
stop it.
It's a hard thing. Like, a team, here's how I explain it.
They got nothing to lose at that
Well, I
point.
think it was us against UH too. A team that you really don't expect to be beaten that bad, you're beating them that bad, and they're really not that bad.
Yeah.
I think it's like, I don't know. It's hard to coach because it's hard to feel like, do you want to really like go or slow down too much? And they're all
gas, no brakes.
It's hard, I think.
But we were fortunate to hang on and win that one. I think it'll be a lot of adjustments really on both sides before we play them again, but that's 3 weeks away.
Yeah.
So I told the kids as soon as it was over with, I said, there's a lot to learn from this, and there's a lot we're going to have to revisit, but for right now, we got to get it out of our head. Because we had to move on to West Greene. But before we do that, I got to commend Hannah. Just played a phenomenal game. She had, I think, 26.
Yeah.
She's been going.
I know she hit double figure in rebounds. We haven't got the
10
breakdown
rebounds.
back, so I don't know how many she had total. But
10 rebounds.
when they had one body on her, she did a good job of scoring. Made some nice post moves. She was playing very physical in the post. When they would send an extra body or two extra bodies, she was finding the open man. I'll commend our other kids. We stepped up and knocked some shots down when they did that. So I think it was always like they were trying to figure out how we want to do this.
Did you expect a lot of that too? Because going back to I believe it was maybe region championship last year. Was that the one at Westridge?
Yes.
Yeah.
I was there for that one. I noticed last year they were doing a lot of that to Haley. Every time she get
Yeah.
the ball down low, they would double her. And I think it was hard for you all to adjust to that because I don't know if they knew last year how to really respond to all
Well,
that.
here's the difference. And Haley was a phenomenal player. I mean, you don't become a Miss Basketball finalist and, you're just average. I mean,
Absolutely.
She was great. But she was more of she did a lot of her damage around the rim and on the free throw line. And, Hannah was about the same last year. Free throw line and the rim. So they just decided to take that away and made us a three-point shooting team, and I don't believe that's what we were.
Okay.
This year,
This year you could say you were.
we've got 4 kids out there that can knock it down. So if you double off one of them, I mean, Mercy's had 20 in a game this year. Lauren's had,
Lauren had 5 against Morristown East.
yeah,
Cadence had a big game before Christmas, if I
Cadence
remember.
had
I think.
18.
I covered one
I
of
can't
them.
remember if Lauren has hit 20, but I know she's hit 17, 18. I think she's been close to 20.
There's been 3
Ella's
that I've
been
been
20.
to. Ella's one that I've seen.
Yeah.
I don't know this year, but last year she stepped up and hit big shots.
Yeah, so I mean, I've got 4 out there around her, and even our younger players are capable of putting the ball in the basket. So we're a little different as far as how you can defend us this year.
Yeah.
When you got 4, most time at least 1 or 2 of them's making them.
Yeah.
Like when you got 1, sometimes,
I'm trying to watch that clock. All right, I'll go real fast on West Greene. West Greene's makeup game, supposed to have played at the 11th. Weather took that away, so we played it at the 18th. We want to thank them for being cooperative and helping us out to get that game back on the schedule because it gets busy. We've got conference games, and what works for one school may not work for the other, and it's just tough sometimes to find a date that works for both. But we do appreciate them cooperating with us and getting it on the schedule, and had a big crowd, so we made a little money out there and maybe can pay some bills. I thought we started off bad. We've been doing that a little bit here lately. Maybe not so much the Cloudland game, but some of our other games we've gotten off to slow starts, and they jumped on us early. And, I think it was good that not only we withstood some foul trouble, we had Mercy and Lauren. Was it Mercy and Lauren? It was two, or was it Ella?
It was Lauren.
It was one.
I know we had two kids, two starters, that they got their second foul, and I was like, let's just play it safe here. And we had two freshmen on the floor, and not only did we stay within striking distance, we overtook them and got the lead at the half. So I was very pleased with that. And then I thought we had an exceptional third quarter where we pushed it all the way to 14. And I made a bad call to start the fourth quarter. This is one of those where you can maybe get a knockout punch and the other team kind of starts to fade. But if it goes wrong, they're going to get a good look, and now they're right back in it maybe. And we rolled the dice there a little bit, and they shot a layup and cut it to 12. And then to their credit, they just kept coming, kept attacking. Want to congratulate Morgan from their team. Here it is, when you get late January and into February, you start thinking, well, I may not see these kids ever play again. They're going to go play other games, and we've got games to play. And I just think she's been a phenomenal player for them. But I think
4-year starter, I
she's
believe.
a great kid,
you're
too.
right.
Yeah.
It ain't just basketball. I just think she's a good kid. She's a good teammate. I showed our kids some film on them, and I can't remember who they were playing, but they were getting beat. And it was late in the game, and she's on the bench. They've already put the subs in. And some kid made a shot for him, and she's up on her feet cheering on her teammates, and the deficit was pretty bad. And I just think that takes a special person to be that invested and that positive all the way to the final horn. So I just enjoyed watching her for 4 years. Wish them the best moving on down toward the end of their season and the tournaments, the postseason. But we were pleased. I think Lauren had another big game for us. She's been the West Greene killer this year. I think she hit 5 threes against them over there.
That was another one. She did hit a lot that game.
And I think she hit 4 against them at our place the other night.
I've really seen the growth in her this year. From
Yeah, she's really come a long ways. Yeah.
I think you've seen her shooting kind of develop a lot from last year to this year, because like you mentioned, you didn't have a shooting team last year. I remember Ella hitting a few last year. Cadence didn't get to play till I think maybe that region tournament and the state tournament game. Lauren, you didn't see her hit a lot of threes last year. You've seen that a lot this year, where you've seen, personally, I've seen the West Greene and Morristown East games to where she's really lit it up. And she lit it up in, I think, maybe the fourth quarter of the West Greene game, too.
Yeah, she did. She hit that big three at the end of the third here at the home game. So, and then Ella, she got rolled up on there a little bit Friday night. We wasn't sure we were going to have her. So her toughing it out and playing on Saturday was big as well. Just got contributions from everybody. I brag on them. We're about 7 deep. And I like to say something about those 7 every time we play, because they're all just major contributors. So that's all I've got to say about that.
E-Dawg, what you got?
Ditto right here. So.
Is that the finished product?
We're there.
We'll finish Sam's real quick, and then we'll go on the second half. We'll switch before we go.
Let's hear it for Robert on this haircut. I mean, look at this. Golly.
Sam,
That is
another
fresh.
sweep for you. I don't know. We'll keep talking about. It's been a long time since you've lost, but when we start talking about numbers, that's when you start jinxing things. So we won't talk about the exact winning streak, but you're on a little bit of one right now. We talked about UH the last time. You carry that over with another big conference win against Cloudland to go up to 2-0, and then you pick up a win over West Greene to exact revenge from over there at their place earlier this year. So 2-0 in the week once again. Talk about how happy you were with it.
Anytime you get like Coach said, you got a hold serve at home and then conference games. I think I was impressed with them. I wasn't sure kind of what to expect. They weren't very good last year, and then won some games at the end. But I think their coach is really doing a good job. They held pretty tight with us there the first half. They got some young kids that I think are pretty much their whole varsity team played the JV. So I mean, some young kids getting a lot of time early on the varsity, even though you might take some lumps early. It's going to be they're going to be better late, and then they're going to be good for years to come. And I think that coach is doing a good job. We kind of went on a run there in the third quarter where it was like hanging 10, 12, 13. Then we pushed it up to around 25. And we were able to keep it there. One thing I was proud of is usually sometimes late when those younger JV guys come in, they let that lead dip a little. We pushed it up. I challenged them when I put them in, and they did that. I'm trying to remember scoring. Can you help me? I don't remember.
I can't remember either.
You know E-Dawg? Golly, I'm going blank.
Lance had 17.
Oh yeah, Lance hit.
Lost it. I'm just making that
Yeah,
up.
I think it was. I think Lance had like 17 or 18, seemed like. And then Tyler had a big game. I think he had like 14. I think Thomas had 12. Lawson had. Thomas had a really good week. I think Thomas.
He's coming along too.
Yes, he is. He's coming
Almost
along.
come along.
Man, where he's coming along.
We talked about him during football season, how he's developed a lot as a quarterback. You've seen him develop a lot in this early part. Well, I guess it's not the early part of the season. We're kind of in the back half of the season now. He's
last
developed
11
a lot.
games, he's averaging over 8 points a game for us. And where he's come along the most is he's doing a heck of a job guarding the other team's best player. Gotten so much. I think early when he was having to do that, he was getting fooled a lot. Man, he's getting smarter. Yeshua was doing a great job coming in off the bench and helping doing that too. Really, all those guys. Jaden's hit a 3, and I think like it had been before West Greene 3 straight games. We've been
He's been scoring more.
Yeah, we've been sprinkling him in on the JV, and I think that's really helped. I've told him on the JV, man, just go try to score 30. And I think that's helping his confidence in the varsity game. So he's been great. Like I said, Lance had a great week. Lawson's been good. We're getting Tyler in double figures more, so that's been great.
Any technicals this game?
No. I about got one.
The
I
Cloud
think
game?
he wanted one.
Yeah.
Tried to get one.
Now, I ain't going to. Lawson got a steal and he got flipped.
Yeah.
In transition there. And
Undercut?
You were just trying to take up for your kid.
I was trying to take up for him.
And I think they realized they screwed up, that's why you didn't get one. They let you pretty much come out there and
No, they let me, and I'll
reprimand them.
I ain't gonna say who it is, but I'm gonna have respect for that referee because that's what he said. I mean, he said, "I'll let you get yours. I'm just gonna give you a warning." I said, "Well, I respect that," instead of just giving me a technical. And then he tried to circle back and say, "Well, we talked about that, and more we talked about that, they didn't touch him." Oh, I've got the film.
didn't touch him.
I'll have to differ on that one.
Thank goodness.
But flipped
That's
him on
a
his
hard-
ear.
Yeah, he undercut him.
I was kind of worried when I seen him go down a little bit just from the hard hit there.
You know, wasn't even asking for the intent. I mean, I thought it could have been intentional. We didn't even get
No common foul.
no comment.
Did we get the ball out of bounds at
No,
least?
it was their ball.
Their ball. Our ball.
So I thought, well, I don't know. Anyway, yeah, I'm glad he didn't get hurt. I don't know if we can afford another injury. But anyways, we had West Greene. They whipped us over there. Where we really had to be better is defensively. Because that's kind of our identity now. We score 51 and try to hold them under 50. And we did just enough. I think the first half it was 31-30. So we were
Great second half defensively, yeah.
31-30. I think we had a 5-7 point lead there, and Lance got in a little bit of foul trouble. So we were able to hold on with him out.
Hey, I was a little occupied. But when I got dialed in there, I think you were up 1. And it was right around a minute. So it's one of those things where you hate to start holding the ball. You're a little worried about maybe turning it over. But you ran one of these, and I want to know if it was a set or if they made that read out of a continuity. But they hit Lance, and he was wide open
under the basket.
We got it. We got some false action there in one of our favorite sets there late, and they executed to a T. I ain't gonna say the name of that play, but Tyler Britton kills on that play because he sets a freaking man screen on it every time.
I feel like you have done that multiple times in that game.
We got it twice. We got it twice in the fourth quarter.
Yep.
Same play.
Yep.
Anyway, but that was.
I stand down there in my office, and you see some of that fake stuff going on out there on the perimeter, and then bam, it's like that. And I thought, man, that was nice.
We got him, yeah. So it's all screen. If you can get the false action, what that false action does is just get people kind of lulled to
Out of
sleep,
place.
and then you hit them. But I ain't gonna say the name, but we got it twice. Anyway, 31-30. Golly, defensively in the first half, bad. I'm on Tyler Britton. He got beat on by 6 back cuts for layups. I was ready to kill him, but he did perfect the second half, and he's really smart. So I give him kind of them jobs. Really, only me and him understand where he's having to maybe go double on this, but he can reach this one, but can't quite reach. So he has harder jobs than everybody else, but he wasn't quite doing them good enough for me in that first half. He done a perfect job the second half. Really, our team did. We held them to 15 in the second half. And anytime you can do that against a team, I think they're good. Especially, really,
Are they playing tonight?
Yeah, they're playing Unaka.
No.
No,
Canceled.
canceled. Got called down.
Canceled or postponed?
Postponed, yeah.
Wonder how bad their injury was.
I don't know. You know?
You know that?
I did.
Heard.
I did text.
I don't even know the name.
Fun fact: he started over here. Aiden Lane.
Aiden Lehman's,
Yeah,
yeah.
he did. I gave him a text. Just checked on him. Man, he's turned into a really good player. He really has. I think he's developed a lot since last year. I think he had 15 during the game.
Pivotal part of their team right there.
Oh yeah, he's a big part. So, like I said, it was kind of. There was in the third quarter. It was ugly. Nobody scored for like 4 minutes, and then in the fourth quarter, Lord, we shot a layup every time down and missed them all until the last minute. So, I want to put a plug in. I think Lance had a great game again. He had 19. Lawson had 14. I'm going to plug him. Something he's really gotten better at: free throw shooting. He hit 4 big
At
free
the end.
throws down the stretch. The kid was 1 of 8 or 1 for 9 in the.
Yeah, he iced the game, right?
Yeah, 1 of 8 or 1 of 9 in the state tournament game last year. Really shot it poorly from there last year, like 50, maybe high 50%, which is not very good. And he really worked on it over the summer, and he's shooting them up in the 70s this year, and he's hitting them all. Seems like when it counts, and I think that takes a lot of toughness. Thomas was really good. I don't know how many he had, but right there around double figures. Tyler's the same way. Jaden done a really great job on the Wisecarver kid. Thomas doing a good job on. We kind of changed defensively. Last time we were doubling the post, and we held Lehman's down a little bit, but we were giving up a bunch of shots, 3-pointers. And this time we changed, and we were okay with Lehman's getting his as long as we held them other ones down. And that's what we did. So great job executing. Anytime you can get a county win, it'll be good. I've talked a lot that time.
Wrapping the first half up, we'll go ahead and move into the second part. We need to get a word from our sponsors first, as we're here with one of our sponsors also. So we'll be right back in just a second to talk about the preview here on Grassroots Media.
Baileyton Drug Company services the surrounding communities of Baileyton with excellent patient care using a full-line pharmacy, over-the-counter selections, and a convenient drive-thru. When you visit us, you are treated as a neighbor, not a number. It's not just our slogan, but our culture. We're investing in our patients, local schools, and community. For over 5 years now, we have established ourselves as an independently family-run pharmacy that isn't driven by corporate goals. We are driven by what is best for your overall health and wellness. We're conveniently located so you don't have to make the drive. Prescription drugs are just the tip of the iceberg. We also offer natural remedies, essential oils, at-home medical needs such as walkers, rollators, bath accessories, as well as wound care products. And coming soon, basic urgent care services. What makes us better than other drugstores out there? When you frequent Baileyton Drug, you will receive professional, courteous, and friendly service that goes above and beyond any other pharmacy in the area. Remember, you're a neighbor, not a number.
Pizza, pancakes, or donuts? The Davy Crockett Travel Center in Baileyton has the cure for all your cravings. While you're there, shop our general store for souvenirs, gifts, and cellular accessories. In a hurry, grab a cold drink and a hot dog to go. Check us out on Facebook and come to Baileyton.
My name is Robert Starnes. I'm a lifelong resident of North Greene County, where I currently reside here with my wife and 3 children. I was a barber in Greenville for the last 6 years, but I have recently changed locations to my new shop in Baileyton. It's at 285 Mortis Hollow Lane, Afton. I'm also a proud supporter of North Greene Athletics. Come see me for all of your men and boys grooming needs. Go Huskies!
Media. Welcome back to this week's edition of the Baileyton Drug Company, TMB, BNT, whatever you want to refer to it as show, presented by Starnes Barber Shop, here live at Starnes Barber Shop. As always, we discuss everything on the court with North Greene basketball with Huskies head coach Sam Tarlton, Lady Huskies head coach James Buchanan, and E-Dawg himself, Robert Starnes, once again.
E-Dawg's getting his ears lowered.
E-Dawg's getting the ears lowered this half. Coach, we know you got practice soon, but
I'd
you
like
got a
to
big
sit
week
here and
ahead.
watch this.
Okay.
But I'm going to have to take off. We got a little practice getting ready for the War Eagles.
Here. I think I about to get it done.
Look at that beard.
It's getting long.
I wish I could do that.
We're going to have to do that today, too, though, so it'll be
Hey,
a little longer.
Here's a question. When's Coach bringing the beard back?
Well, I
Didn't
got
get
this
the beard all last
this
year.
weird situation with my beard.
Right?
I got this color and stuff that I can put in it that makes it a little darker. I don't mind the gray hair. I wouldn't mind the gray hair if it was like in the middle. But I got this weird thing where there's like a streak of gray and it's over here to the side. I just think it looks stupid.
We won't say how old
Stupider
you are,
than
not the
already.
coach, but probably know how old I am. I feel like that it's coming like that in mine as well.
Right down in here is where it starts.
Didn't you teach him?
Yeah.
I don't know, but I was going to say, I bet I was the first
That was
year.
my first year. Yep, absolutely. Robert was a phenomenal student. In gym class. Ask him other teachers about the other stuff. All right.
Coach got Cosby and Unaka this week. Got a region game. Got a district game. I believe Unaka at home, Cosby on the road?
No, they're both
home? Okay. So take me through both of those games this week and what you expect.
Well, Cosby got a big win against Washburn the other night in their league. So I think they're, kind of the front runner over there. So the first time we played them, people look at that score and probably think, well, they ain't no good. That's not true at all. They've won some big games this year against some quality opponents. And they've got two what I would consider really good high school basketball players and some other complementary pieces around them that are dangerous. So they have to be defended properly. You have to take care of the ball. They're going to mix up their defense. They'll do a little full court man, a little half court man, some 2-3 zone. They'll run and jump you and trap you in the half court out of a 2-3 and a man. So you just see a lot of different stuff against them. So that's what we're about to go over and watch here in just a minute. Try to get them prepared for that. And you're going to call me crazy on this one. I've collected a lot of film on Unaka and haven't watched but maybe a quarter so far. And it was one of those days where a game got canceled or something and I had some spare time on my hands, so I kind of looked at it a little bit. But I saw them this summer, but that's a long time ago. I'm sure they've changed. So I'll probably wait and try to get zeroed in on that later in the week. They do play Cloudland tomorrow, so I'm kind of curious to see how that game turns out. But anyway, sorry I don't have any more to say about the Rangers than that, but we'll probably be able to say a lot next week when we play them.
Coach,
I apologize for having to leave.
That's fine.
Sorry.
It's usually Sam, so now it's reversed.
Yeah.
Now, well, you left last week too, so it's about even now.
Yep. All right. I'm going to stick it out for the whole show next week. That's a guaranteed promise. Robert, thanks for hosting us. E-Dawg, we'll see you here in a little bit.
Yep.
Tyler, thank you, Sam.
Man.
Thank you. Talk about how bad you're going to beat all of them.
I don't know.
Coach, same schedule, same games. At home, Cosby Tuesday. At home, Unaka Friday. So take me through your schedule this week and what you think you'll expect out of those
Same
games.
as Coach. If you look at the score, they had a player not play last time. That's a really good player. When we played them at Cosby, I think we won by 10. I think in our region, talent-wise, player for player, they may be the best team. They just really haven't kind of put it all together yet, and they're really young. So I think they're just going to continue to get better. So it will be a good challenge for us tomorrow night. We got in here today, and we've already practiced. So we got prepared. We'll line it up and try to get us another one. Nobody in our district or region has beat us yet. We want to keep it that way. And then Friday got a tough one. I think I said this a show or two ago. I'm not sure Unaka ain't the best team in our league. They got a really, really good player. I think they're really, really well coached. They got some shooters off of their big. It seems like our Achilles heel is always a big that's good. So we're going to try to figure out what to do to stop them. If we can get that one on Friday, we get through the first round of conference games undefeated, and that's where you want to be. I gave the boys a challenge. We've never gone undefeated in the conference.
Since you've been a coach?
Since I've been a coach. We've done a lot of things. I told them really two things I can think of. We never won a state tournament, and we've never gone undefeated in our league. We've pretty much done a lot of other things. So that's a big goal of ours. It's going to be very, very hard. Because there's 2-3 really good teams. I think University has a really good team. Unaka's really well coached, really good team. So it's going to be hard, but I kind of presented that challenge. So we'll try to serve it home again on Friday.
One of the most fun games that I've covered this year was West Greene at Unaka. And early on in the game, I think West Greene took a 16-2 lead at the end of the first quarter. Second quarter, they bumped it up to 18. By halftime, they cut it to 6. Halfway through the third quarter, they had it tied. And then coming down to the last play of the game, I think maybe there were 3 or 4 seconds left on the clock. They're down 2, and they got it to their big man down low, and he had a shot to tie the game. It was just awesome. I was very impressed with that team because Unaka teams of the past, they've been strong teams, but you could see a different, I don't know what wordage to use, but it was a different team that you've seen.
No, I think they're believing. I think they believe they're good. I think they think they're good. And they're right there on the cut. They've had a lot of games like that.
Yeah.
And really, I don't think you want to be that team that they break through against. Because I think once they break through,
they're going to really start to
they're going to roll. So, anyway, we know it's going to be tough. I think out of really anybody that we go against, Aaron does just as good a job as anybody. He's a really good coach. So, I mean, we're going to have to be prepared because they're going to be prepared, and we're going to have to play hard. Got to get this one at home, especially because you know how hard it is when you go to Stone Creek.
That's exactly what I was about to say. That is the loudest gym that you can experience in Northeast Tennessee.
What makes it crazy is you don't even have to be a lot of people in there.
No, I don't know if it's the metal roofing or I don't know what it is, but that place is so loud. And that West Greene game, it was so loud too.
I seen that film, yeah.
Because you had, I don't know if you where their camera is. Is it?
Up there in like the top left corner.
Okay, if you go back and watch, there's a fan. I covered that game and I sat 2 rows behind West Greene's bench. There's a Unaka fan beside me, and like I said, I don't know if you can go back and watch this. He was lighting that crowd up, and you don't see that at little schools like that. And it was so impressive to see where he would go down. You know as well as anybody, the bench is the front row of the bleachers.
Yeah,
so he would get down on that front row between both benches, and he would beat on the bleachers to make noise, and everybody behind him would kind of liven up a little bit more too. So I don't know what it is about Unaka's crowd now, but they've really given that team a home court advantage.
My sister got escorted out of there by the cops about 3 years ago.
Really?
Yeah. Wow. It's like, she was sitting here, I think a lady like straddled it. Jumping up and down.
Oh, okay.
I think she let her, like, I don't know, throw off over there. But it's wild up there.
It's something about Carter County, man.
I hate that, the bench thing. They got a couple weird things. They got the bench, then they got the scores table. It's way up here. It's hard to keep up with like how many fouls people got and stuff. So it's way up there in the top. And then like you got like
your locker room is down 2 flights of stairs.
Cowboy Troy, them little kids. There's like little kids running around in front of you the whole game. I'm just afraid I'm going like accidentally push somebody. Yeah,
you get mad one time and sling it out and knock somebody.
You know how I am anyway. There's like kids running in front of you the whole time. It's just it's wild in there.
I don't know what it is about Carter County schools, but man, it's always a trip when you go up there for any type of sporting event. Basketball, football. I think I remember the first football game. It was the first game period that I covered this year was at Unaka, and I remember being there when Chucky Doak played. And I might have mentioned it the last time that we sat down in here because I know I had the same exact shirt on. I had a purple shirt on that day, and there was a Unaka fan that was heckling the officials the whole game. Well, he was heckling him so bad. The official too was Marcus Colton. I don't know if I can say this on here, but I'm going to talk about it. But he was heckling him, and at one point, he gets Marcus's attention. And Marcus turns around, and he's like, "You wanted him from Chattanooga?" He's like, "Uh-huh." And he's like, "I should have known." He starts cussing. So I start laughing too. So he starts going at me too. He's like, "Yeah, I see you laughing down there, pretty boy. You in your purple shirt." So me and Marcus the rest of the night were having a field day with him because we were feeding into it, but it was like it ticked him off more. So I don't know what it is about Unaka. Hampton's the same way. We've talked about it before. Their fans are maybe the craziest. Elizabethton, I don't know as much about them.
When Cloudland was, really, and girls, Cloudland's good.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, when I first started in boys, Cloudland was really good. It was a hard place to play up there.
E-Dawg will remember this. Last year, that region championship game at Westridge we talked about.
Yep.
Cloudland's students formed a student section.
I could barely even hear. They were so loud, I felt like I was going to have hearing aids the next day.
It is at Unaka, though. If you sit down on the bench, you might have somebody's knees in your back. Like a fan.
When they were there, when I covered that West Greene game, there's a Unaka player that had a cramp. He goes over and sits on the end of West Greene's bench. West Greene didn't have a trainer there, so Coach Tolliver's over there trying to help him with his cramp. And there was a Unaka fan that was like, cussing him out like, get off of our players, like stop touching our players, and he was like, okay, it's like whatever. You'll have players that are not players but fans that'll tug on your shirt. Have you ever had that happen at Unaca?
The thing for me that freaks me out the worst is just when you're coaching, because I get like I have out of body experiences.
Yeah.
I'm not the same person. I'm a pretty laid back like dude outside of that coaching, but I'm swinging and looking and turning, and there's just this constant traffic of people. I just hate that. I feel like I'm going accidentally hit, and it's usually like little kids running around, and that gives me anxiety anyway.
Yeah. You're gonna kick your leg out one time and send one of them out on the court.
My kids would say, yeet.
E-Dawg, how much you got left for school now?
I got, after this semester, I have 2.
2 semesters or 2 years?
2 semesters.
2 semesters, and you only got a year left.
So you got a year and a semester left.
How about that?
Yep.
Over halfway there, how's it feel?
I'm ready to get out of there.
You're always ready to get out of that first year.
Oh yeah.
You gonna finish in 4 flat?
What now?
Are you gonna finish in 4 flat?
Yeah.
4 years?
Yeah.
That's always the goal.
Expect anything less out of this man.
No, absolutely not. Have you enjoyed it up there at ETSU?
Oh yeah. Like, the only thing I'll miss about it though, once I graduate, is the marching band. That's the only thing. Because I've done it for.
Keep forgetting about that. About you in the band in high school too.
Yeah, I was a band in high school, so I've done it for 8 years. So that's the only thing I'll miss.
This man's got a busy schedule. Full-time student,
He's everywhere.
full-time marching band, full-time assistant coach, makes it down here to the TMB show every now and then too. How hectic does your schedule get some days?
Pretty hectic, to be honest with you. I'm always doing something, but like at the same time, it kind of made me who I am, because if I'm not doing something, I feel like I'm doing something wrong. So like, whether if it's turning off the scoreboard after practice or whatever, I feel like I have to do something or I'm just not going to do well, But
I got a good question for you.
What's that?
All right, you've been over there with Coach Buchanan.
Okay.
2 years now, right? 3.
3.
3. All right, give us some of the best lessons you learned being over there with him.
Just be even kill, just.
I wish I could learn that lesson from him.
Well.
He's never too high, never too low over there.
Yeah, that's where I learned to be not too high, not too low, because as a player, I was pretty passionate and all that, and I was always up and down and all that good stuff. Like, I would watch some old game film from like the COVID year, and I would straight jump up and down every time Chris Schultz scores the basket. So, but as a coach, you gotta
that
have
might
to.
be a role that you should have kind of been as a player, but now as a coach, it's gonna be you're gonna finish. My bad, I'm cutting you off. Go ahead.
No, you're good. But now as a coach, I gotta have to find that happy medium where I can be passionate at the same time, kind of chill out a minute, because at any time I can say the wrong thing or be out on the court unintentionally, pow.
There you go.
So
even kill.
E-Dawg, have you ever got a technical yet?
not yet.
He's saying
That's
them up,
awesome.
baby.
That's awesome.
Listen, there was one time.
He's leaving the door open though, saying not
I
yet.
dare
It's not
you.
a no, it's a not yet.
I want you to get one. Get up there and get one.
Make sure you're up by 20 out of the fourth quarter
Yeah.
before you do.
Coach's gonna be mad about that.
Yeah. Don't get in the first.
He'll fire me after the squad. But,
I'll take up for you, though.
no, you're good. There was one time I thought I was going to get a technical as a coach. It was, you remember that 2 overtime thriller my first year?
Where's this at?
Cosby.
As a coach?
Yeah.
Yeah, where you only had a couple players?
Yeah.
Seems like everybody was hurt, right?
Is that the one where you finished with 4?
Yeah.
Yeah, we only finished with
Yeah, I remember
4.
that one.
Grace had an appendix removed.
Yeah. She wasn't supposed to play on me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was cleared.
Yeah, it was like the second or third quarter. I can't remember what happened. I think that we were going down the floor and they were just like, they hit us really hard. And I got really mad, and of course Coach Glover was still helping us at the time. So I was like, how is that not a foul? And what was going on is that the ref was actually going to report the foul. I think it was an offensive foul on us at the time. So he was going up to report. Before he came over, I said, how's that not a foul? So he was like standing right in front of me and to report the foul. I was like, oh no, I'm going to get in trouble. So, but no, that was the closest I ever got to getting a technical.
One of my favorite technicals I've ever seen in basketball. Have you seen the Tony Brothers technical on was it Doc Rivers?
Oh, I've seen that.
They're sitting there having a conversation. I think it's during COVID, and Doc has his mask down. And Tony, you know Tony Brothers, the official one with the big eyebrows. He's sitting there and he's just doing this, just listening to him. Doc must have said something out of pocket that he really wasn't supposed to say. Tony just goes. That's as even keel as he was. He just kind of calmly gave him the technical. You don't really see technicals like that. Usually they really put some emphasis on it.
That's right.
But he kind of just blew it.
All right, you better not be getting no technicals.
If you do, make sure you're up by 20. You gotta make sure the game's out of reach.
Are you the one that keeps the stuff over there? Or is that Grace?
Grace this year.
Grace this year? Okay. Good deal. We just want to get a little insight on what you were doing over there.
Yeah, last year I was in charge of 1,000 timeouts. Now, I thought I was going to have to do that this year again because my first game coming back from New York was the JV game at DB. But, you know, that's because, you know, Grace had to work that night. So, the next varsity game, she takes up the 1,000 timeouts. I was like, okay, all I have to do is just make sure the board's intact.
There you go. Hey, I seen Coach Buchanan he likes to have that board, don't he?
Yeah, he does.
And I do that too, so don't worry.
Yeah.
They broke the clipboard in a while, haven't
Hey, it's been like 3 years since I broke a clipboard.
I remember the first year that I worked at Grashers, you broke one.
Hey, we've had to. Yeah, we've had to do this. They had to quit giving me the markers until timeout because if they would give them to me and I would have them, I busted 2 out on the floor during the game,
throwing them
down. I can't have anything where I can throw. So they try to keep everything out of my hand.
Smart. Yep. Smart. Because you can get a technical that way too. If you can.
You can.
If you accidentally let go of it, I mean, you've seen Steph Curry get technicals for throwing his mouthpiece before.
I think that's this is like a natural reaction when you get that set throw. Now I just like
stomp.
Yep.
Yep.
Alright, where are we going? Where are we going here now?
I looked over while I'm talking to E-Dawg here. I enjoy that we're here at Starnes Barber Shop and we've got a Baileyton Drug Company calendar up on the wall.
Look at there.
My good buddies.
We've got all of it here.
Good people.
Plug everybody, can we?
Check
There's
them
one
out.
more we haven't plugged in a while. They don't sponsor the show anymore, but they still do run ads with us. The TA.
The TA. Alright.
Stopped there before this and got a Coke.
We went to IHOP actually after the game the other night, so I guess that's still part of that.
Yep. Papa John's.
I always forget about Papa John's.
I go there all the time.
We like there eat.
Just the regular pepperoni.
Regular pepperoni.
Gotta get a white pizza.
A what?
A white pizza.
You like that?
Get
A
your,
white pizza?
And a Hawaiian too.
the Hawaiian's good too, but one white, get the chicken, ranch, bacon, whatever.
Good.
Oh, the chicken bacon ranch, yes.
Ask for Alfredo
Alfredo? Okay.
instead of red marinara.
Alright.
Good one to try.
One of my favorites there, Tuscan 6 cheese. I really enjoy that one.
See, I always forget about those out over there. I like the little Baileyton restaurant. I go in there to Baileyton restaurant.
I don't think I've ever had it.
We'll have to get them to
10 years for me.
They got a good, I like their hamburger steak. It's good.
That's usually what I have.
Yeah, it's good. That's some free advertising for them right there.
Oh yeah. We give everybody one free ad, and then after that you gotta pay for it. One free spot. I saw after the West Greene game the other night, you had your blend hoodie on.
Oh, we had games.
Nice.
We had games that Saturday. I didn't get to coach the last one. We went 1-2.
Okay.
But we're getting better. I'll have to say that. There's a team that had beat us by a whole bunch. That we're starting to play a little tighter. We won our first game by 20, and then I went after last game. They usually play better without me, but they took one on the chin there, ripped a little bit, but I think they played another good team. So we're about halfway through our schedule. So
Halfway?
yeah.
I figured this was that.
Well, we got canceled a couple times by snow, or it would have been over that. So.
I did like that though. You told me that the jersey was like that. I didn't know that the blend was actually in the Grizzly font.
Yeah, it's good.
That's hard.
Yeah.
I like that a lot. That's one of my favorites. Are they one of the best throwback uniforms?
I think so. I think they got the Raptors got a good one.
The Raptors purple is one of my favorites. I'll never forget senior year after I graduated, we went on a beach trip and I bought one of those jerseys, purple Vince Carter.
I like the old 76ers. I like the old Rockets.
Old Rockets is hard.
Yeah.
Olajuwon days. Yeah. I like the old Suns.
Yeah, old.
They kind of use it now, the purple with the basketball streaking across.
They got some good ones.
Charles Barkley, KJ, Dan Marley.
I had one of those old poofy 90s jackets.
Oh yeah.
Super poofy one. We just actually dug it out and found it like last year.
Suns?
No, it was the Chicago Bulls.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
the Chicago Bulls. And my wife was telling me, she's like, I said, well, where'd you get rid of that? I've had that since I've been 12. I'm like 8 sizes bigger than that.
Yeah.
But she's like, you know, somebody will pay you a lot for that.
They probably would, yeah.
I'm like, what do you mean? I was like, I'm sure it's cost, $60 in 1997.
Yeah.
And she pulled it up online, and that jacket on eBay, if I had one just like it, was for $350.
Yeah.
I was like,
There you go.
holy
Yeah.
crap.
Yeah, that vintage stuff like that, they love it.
Especially Bulls gear, stuff like that. Cowboys gear from the 90s, stuff like that. What are Cowboys gonna have to do?
I don't know. They gonna hire Deegan? What are they doing on
I
that?
don't know. I wonder what they're gonna do. I saw, you might have seen it too.
I like it.
The last time that they've been to a conference championship or the Super Bowl was 1995. The longest drought in the NFC. The second longest drought now are the Chicago Bears, 2010.
That's a long time. Golly.
A 15-year gap between the longest and the second longest one.
They're still probably the biggest brand. That's crazy.
Oh yeah.
That is crazy. Well, what you got to think of Robert? One more time. Absolute goat. Don't you get over here. E-Dawg, I know E-Dawg gets over here a lot.
Yeah.
Give him a hand again.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Robert.
We appreciate everything you do, Rob.
Problem at all.
Everything you do.
No problem at all. Guys have to come back more often.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Be looking forward towards baseball season coming
Yes,
back
sir.
for all. Yeah.
That's some news too.
We'll have a new coach.
You'll have a new
Yeah,
coach.
yeah.
Jamie
Jamie Palmer.
taking over. Yes, sir.
That might be a good
He was my middle
introduction.
school coach.
That could be.
Could be a good introduction for his first coaching show.
Could
Oh
be.
yeah. So
Well, softball's gonna be different too.
yeah,
Big
Avery
Abe.
Weaves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's been over here before.
I think that Avery turned. Yep.
Yeah, Jamie was my middle school coach
Okay.
for basketball and baseball.
Lowe did a really good job. We wish him the best. I think it's just family things he's
Great
gonna
guy.
do. Yeah,
Great guy.
he's a goat, doing a great job. But I think Jamie will do good too. So we're excited.
Yeah, Jamie's been around for a long time.
He's been helping for a long time.
Yeah.
I know as long as I've been over there.
Yep.
All
All
right.
right, fellas. I believe that's all we got.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you,
Robert,
Tyler.
once again,
Tyler.
appreciate you for letting us
Thank
come
you,
through.
E-Dawg.
Thank you all for watching this week's edition of the Baileyton Drug Company, TMB, BNT, whatever you want to refer to that show, presented by Starnes Barber Shop here at Starnes Barber Shop. We look forward to seeing you next time here on Grassroots Media.
Bye.